Come with me. Today, I'm going looking for owls. There's a lot of sounds. It is very dark outside. I've never gone owl looking before. And apparently, this is one of the best spots in the area, so let's see what we can find.
Come with me and let's go looking for owls in the Australian bushland. With many ups and many downs, it was an experience that I won't forget.
This is slightly terrifying. I can't believe it. Look at what we found.
We'll explore a steep-sided valley with thick vegetation and towering red gums, some over 300 years old.
I see movement. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Join me as the sun sets over the valley to look for owls and the other incredible Australian wildlife that call this place home.
Oh my god, oh my god.
I still can't believe what I captured that night.
He's literally 1.5 meters away. There's something over there, and I don't know what it is, but it's making a lot of sound. The sun is setting. You can see the beautiful light on the trees behind me. And I'm on a very specific mission tonight. I'm here looking for owls. Any type of owl, to be honest. Australia has a bunch of different species of owls. And I've never gone out looking for owls before, so I don't really know what to expect. Join me. I've got a camera. I've got a brand new torch that I picked up. We're going to try and spot an owl together. Let's see what we find. You might be able to hear the sulfur-crested cockatoos. They were flying over as I was driving here. It's a pretty cool species, but it's not the one that I'm looking for tonight. They're very, very loud as well. But I guess so am I, because I'm talking right now. I just heard something. All right, species spotted.
This here is a red wattlebird, which is actually Australia's largest honey eater. But I've seen plenty of these, so I didn't stay for long.
These trees here behind me, I think, are the ones that I have a chance in seeing them. This one is, look how tall that is.
This park was the perfect place to go out looking for wildlife. It's a truly layered ecosystem. With beautiful old trees, a creek, and a hills woodland, all in the one place, I had high hopes.
Now there's a lot of noise. The sulfur-crested cockatoos are screeching very loudly. I just heard something in the grass there next to me. There's a lot of crickets. You can hear some frogs. Wow. I hope the microphone is picking this up. Sulfur crest is flying behind me. So there's a caravan park, or tourist park, to the left. So I think the owls might be scared from all the noise. Maybe. I actually really don't know, I'm just guessing. I think I came a bit early during this time, but who knows?
So this is known as a valley ecosystem, and it's actually quite near the main city in South Australia. After a lot of research, I found that this was one of the best places in the area to find high nocturnal activity, including owls, which obviously I'm looking for, but also possums and bats and iconic Australian wildlife.
I'm staying optimistic, but I have it hard to believe that owls are going to thrive here when it's so close to a tourist park. The tourist park is right there behind me. But the reason I came here is because between us is this creek. And that is apparently what they like, which makes sense. Oh, movement. It is a lorikeet.
This here is a rainbow lorikeet, which is one of Australia's most colourful birds. Even though they're beautiful, they're quite common here, so I didn't stay for too long.
All right, we've passed the tourist park, so I have a feeling now we have a better chance somewhere along here. Now there is a road behind me, but it's pretty quiet. I haven't seen a car yet, so my hopes are high. And these trees now are very, very old. Wow, that's an old tree. This is the exact spot that they like. I'll keep searching.
I kept walking the trail and keeping an eye out for any movement or any sounds that I could hear. I tried to be wary and look everywhere, along the creek, up in the trees, in the grass, as you never know what wildlife you might find.
Something definitely spooked those cockatoos. They were fine, and then all of a sudden, a huge commotion, they all flew away. Maybe an owl, who knows? Maybe a raptor, maybe an annoying coworker. There's many options, we'll never know.
Even though I put quite a bit of pressure on myself in finding these owls, it still felt very calm and serene exploring this park during sunset.
It is not a species. Those cockatoos. Oh my god, oh my god. There's a koala right behind me. Hello, buddy. Oh my god. Look at him. He's right up there.
Koalas are quite common in South Australia, but even so, I love seeing them every single time. They live almost entirely in eucalyptus trees, but later on in this video, I did prove that fact wrong. Koalas are active mostly at night, but they do sleep between 18 and 22 hours per day.
Hi, buddy. I'm on a mission, mate. Don't get distracted. He's very cute, but don't get distracted. I've been seeing small movements all the time in trees, and especially when the cockatoos fly over. You can see the small birds jump and hide.
The sulphur-crested cockatoos were very loud, which made me a bit nervous that I wouldn't see an owl as it might scare them off. But little did I know I would be coming up close to one of my favorite animals in just a few minutes.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. Look at what we found. Now this here is an echidna. Did you want to say hi, buddy?
Echidnas are one of my favorite animals. They are so adorable and quite misunderstood. I've heard a lot of people say either hedgehog or porcupine, but no, this here is an echidna, specifically the short-beaked echidna. Now, echidnas have a very unusual claim to fame. They're actually one of the only 2 egg-laying mammals in the world, the other being the platypus. They're covered in these spines and fur, and the spines are actually like modified hairs, and they have this long snout, which is actually called a beak, in order to hunt food. And luckily the echidna wasn't scared by me, so I actually got to film it eating. So here you can see it pushing up against this log with all of these ants here, and they use their long sticky tongues to grab the ants. If they ever feel threatened, then they'll just curl into their spiky ball, but this echidna was very friendly and didn't seem to mind me. And after enjoying its dinner, or would it be its breakfast? Either way, it said goodbye and headed off.
Alright, buddy. I'm off. So cute. I can't believe my luck. I think they're easily one of my favorite animals. If you give them 10 seconds, 30 seconds without moving, they just forget you're there, start moving again. But that is not the animal that I was here for. As you can see behind me, it is now really getting dark. And all of a sudden, this forest started getting a lot more scary.
The lower the sun dipped, the higher the chances of me spotting an owl were. I was listening very carefully for any sound in the grass, any movements in the trees, any signs of an owl. The valley was getting darker, so I got out my flashlight. The wood seemed a little more frightening every minute, and then behind me in the grass, I heard a loud rustling.
I shat myself there. I just heard a really loud rustling in the grass behind me. It was just the echidna from before. Alright, let's keep going. Now, I don't even know all the different owl calls. They could sound similar to a pigeon. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. There must be between 100 and 200 sulphur-crested cockatoos over there. I think they all flew over there. This sounds like an absolute party. I think, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure that was a bat. You know what they say, when the bats come out, sometimes the owls could as well, depending on the area and the time. I'll be honest, that's not a real saying. See, in my head, you buy a torch, you head out at night, and you see an owl. But that's not always the case. I'm also getting very scared right now. It's very dark. I don't know if you can hear that. Is that an owl? Right, I'm gonna cross the river because it's on the other side. I don't know what species that is. Do you hear that? That is a kookaburra. So this went from like a fun bird watching thing to being absolutely terrifying. I also don't like that the kookaburras went completely silent. It's either I'm here or someone else is. I hear something. I can't believe it. It's 3 kookaburras. Can you see them behind me? This is a terrible shot. Right there, behind me. 3 kookaburras. My camera's exposure is working overtime right now.
Now the camera's audio didn't pick it up, but I heard a very large rustling in the bushes behind me.
I'm gonna go. Alright, I can barely see, so I'm walking along the road now instead. What is that? What is that? That was a grey-headed flying fox, I believe. I see movement. What is that? Oh my god. Do you see that? That was a possum. Alright, we can add possum as well to the list of things we've seen. Alright. It is pitch black. Oh my god. And I keep hearing things. Not the sounds I want though. Just scary sounds. You see those eyes? It's another possum. Hello, buddy. By the way, I'm shining the light next to them, just in case the camera doesn't pick that up. I'm not shining it directly in their eyes. You know what makes this extra terrifying is that I'm absolutely freezing right now. What's that? Oh, what is that? I've seen something.
It was another possum, adventuring out at night.
There's something over there, and I don't know what it is, but it's making a lot of sound. I think I'm gonna go. Cheeky bugger, I thought I saw one. I see something in the distance. think I see two eyes in a tree up there.
But once again, it turned out to be a possum.
I think I'm reaching the start of the trail again. No owls today. But you know what? That doesn't mean we give up.
And I'm glad I didn't give up, because what I saw the next time I visited,
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
was one of the most incredible wildlife experiences I've ever had.
Hello, I'm back. Literally to the same spot. It's been 2 nights, I think. I'm not going to give up. I really want to see an owl. And this seems like the perfect place. I think I was just unlucky. So yeah, let's give it another shot. We saw a ton of species last time, so it was still a success in my eyes. Saw the echidna, saw a bunch of possums, saw all of those sulfur-crested cockatoos. So definitely wasn't a bad trip, but I've got high hopes for these owls. So let's go.
It felt a bit strange. I was coming back to the exact same place, walking the exact same route, hoping for a different result. Walking the same track, taking the same turns, looking at the same trees. Hoping that maybe I'd be a bit more lucky this time.
I really, really hope I see an owl this time. You just build up high hopes, you know, so hopefully today.
I tried to keep my spirits high, but I felt slightly defeated. Going in with this expectation and this very clear goal took away some of that joy and excitement that I should have been feeling. I kept asking myself, why have I gone back to the same place if I didn't see anything the first time? But as the sun was setting, the wildlife started appearing, giving me a much needed energy boost to carry on.
Up there we have a koala. He must be very lost. This isn't a eucalyptus tree. They normally don't climb these kind of trees. I've actually never seen a koala in anything other than a eucalyptus tree, so he must be very lost right now.
I didn't stay for too long. I was distracted and preoccupied. I got back on the trail. The last time I was here, it was a lot later in the night. So I decided to head on further into the forest. And the further I walked, the louder the cockatoo sounds got. But I hadn't heard any owl calls yet, and still felt quite defeated.
Keep looking.
But this time, instead of walking away from the cockatoo sounds, I decided to follow them. And if I hadn't have made that decision, then my luck that night would have been very different.
So I definitely found where all the sulfur-crested cockatoos are. I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but there are hundreds. Not the species I want though. They are so loud. And there are so many. Look at this. The whole time. There's like, I'm wrong with 100 or whatever my guess was. There's way, way more.
Even though it was very exciting to see these sulfur-crested cockatoos, it was actually a bad sign. See, owls compete for the same tree hollows as these sulfur-crested cockatoos. They both rely on these large old trees. And with so many of these cockatoos living here, no owl would stand a chance in competing with them for the hollow. On any other day, I would have been super excited to see this massive flock of sulfur-crested cockatoos, but after the first night in failing to see an owl, it seemed like a bad sign. So I turned back around, taking a different path this time. Walking further away from the cockatoos, hoping my luck would change. And little did I know, this strategy was the best decision that I could have made. Once again, quickly, the night got dark. As the sun dipped below the hill, the valley became eerie. Using my torch, I scoured the trees. Once again, I saw possums. This here is a common brush-tailed possum. These come out at night and sleep in tree hollows by the day. It was fun to see, and I'm glad I got this footage, but I kept walking. Not soon after, I saw a ringtail possum. These are smaller than the brushtails, and he seemed quite nervous, locking eyes with me and not moving. But I'm glad I stopped to film this possum, because if I hadn't, I might just have missed what I saw next.
I think I've just seen an owl. Where did he go? Where did he go? No, where'd he go?
And then finally, after 2 nights of searching, my luck changed.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I see one. He landed on the branch. Oh my god, oh my god. I think that's an owl. Another one just landed. Okay, there's 2 owls up there. They're quite far away. I don't know if this footage is gonna... Oh, he's flying again.
So these here are what I believe to be southern boobooks. But of course, if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. I was so happy to finally see one, but little did I know what was going to happen a few minutes later.
I can't believe it. We did it. 2 owls. 2 owls. All right, I'm gonna check what they are when I get home. That's incredible. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yes! That's incredible. I'm so happy I came back out. I'll check when I get home what type of owl that is, but wow, that's amazing. I'm so happy. I can't believe it.
But it turns out only a few minutes later, something else incredible would happen.
All right, it is very dark now. Quite creepy, I won't lie. But I'm gonna keep my hopes high, even though I saw those 2 owls. Maybe I'll see something more on the walk back to the car. Still, that was amazing.
And literally only a few minutes later, I saw something else incredible.
I cannot believe it. He's literally 1.5 meters away. So that is a Tawny frogmouth. Technically, not an owl, but I'm still counting it. Amazing.
Now, even though it may have seemed silly to go back to the same spot, this is actually what the owls and tawny frogmouths do. They fly the same route every night. And it may seem counterproductive, it may seem like wishful thinking, but if you fly the route another time, then you may just find what you're looking for.
All right, goodbye, buddy. That's amazing.
Thank you for watching.